Fucking with me. What's good? All right, man. Happy New Year, y'all. How's everybody in here, man? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's good, Derpy? Elijah, Eli, what's up, y'all? All right, let's talk about how the Knicks completely sucked against the Pistons, of course. Trade to Raptors confirmed. Everyone, if it were up to you, everyone would be on the Raptors. About damn time you back on here. Two Pistons was fucking y'all boys up. The high school boys squad does have a game at 7 in about a half hour, bro. I don't know if you want to go on court for it. I might hop on the court just to talk shit. I don't know if I'm gonna watch that game though. I'll be honest. Had a lead almost as big as LeBron's age, like F Baltimore, go Steelers. It's good, y'all, man. Happy New Year, y'all. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing? Anybody else get fucked up on New Year's? Oh man, I hope some of y'all got turned New Year's. Oh man, what's good? How's everybody doing, man? I'm so glad to be back. And y'all can never question whether or not I'm gonna pull up whether the Knicks do good or bad, because we got smacked last night. We got fucking smacked. I welcome everyone here except Giannis and Ben Simmons. Those guys sucked. Happy New Year to the SEC. Fuck them. I got a football scouting job. 2026 been lit. Yeah, hell yeah, that's fire. That's sick, dog. That's sick, man. But welcome in. We do have a lot of stuff to talk about today. Man. But let's start with everybody's New Year's, man. What did everybody get into on New Year's? We had a pretty chill New Year's, and I don't know about you guys. I don't know about y'all, but it's kind of been programmed in me to stay home New Year's, or at least if you're gonna go out, it's like to a friend's house. It's not really a house party, but you just go to a close friend's house. Y'all just kick it till New Year's and whatnot. But I've never been the type to go out, go to a club, go party. That's just never been my vibe on New Year's. I don't know about you guys, but we had a great time. It was a chill night. We were just playing games, card games, drinking. It was a blast. I had a great time. I had a great New Year's. I hope y'all had a great New Year's as well too. I can tell you who hasn't had a good turn of the year is my New York Knicks. We've had a pretty rough one. We had the high from the NBA Cup, and it's been kind of downhill from there. Shout out to all the oil companies in the USA after January 3rd, LMAO. That's typically what I do for New Year's. Now, Elijah, is that something that like your parents, is that something that they like enforced, or is that just you just don't want to be outside? I mean, for me, I'll be honest, I'm not a big fan of crowds. I think I've told y'all that before, but I'm not a big fan of crowds. Like, it has to be something that, all right, there's a concert, there's an event or a sporting event. Like, there has to be a reason for me to be out amongst a big ass crowd, because otherwise I look at that shit and turn the other way. So yeah, New Year's for me is not it's not one of those let's go party and turn up. Like, I'll drink, but with my friends and family. But other than that, you're not going to see me out at a club chilling. That's just not my vibe. I'm a small circle dude. I'd rather see the New Year's happen with my day ones. Facts. I'd much rather a small gathering. And then the other part in it too that I've always wondered, because I've never gone out on a New Year's like that, right? If you're at a big party with a lot of people in it, right? Are you even able to call your family? Because I gotta call, friends and family, like when New Year's strikes. If you're at a big party, how is that even possible? I'm sure it's not. So you're just there calling, hey, it's 12:13. Like, yo, Happy New Year. Like, what? But yeah, man. Nah, I guess a little, but same. I went out with older siblings a couple of times in high school. It was always extra, like fights or gunshots. And so you're saying it's not forced on you. So you've been out. So you've been outside. Yeah, I don't frequent out. I've been outside, but not New Year's. Shout out to the baseball commissioner being just as much as a bitch as Adam Silver, allowing KD on the Warriors. Fuck the Dodgers, and big market team baseball is definitely dead. I don't know, man. I feel like baseball has kind of gotten popular again in the last couple of years. And I don't know if that's because the Dodgers and the Yankees have been in it, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. Same experiences here. I hate going around big groups like I want to talk, but the music is too loud. I'm just bopping, but don't know any of the songs. Yo, that is so... it's funny you said that, Elijah, because one of my favorite bars in New York, I wonder if it's actually still up. Let me look up. Oh, it's still open. So one of my favorite bars in New York is by Washington Square Park. I'm sure y'all don't know where that is. I'm sure y'all have no idea where that is. It's around NYU. It's lower than 14th Street, Union Square. But one of my favorite bars in New York is this bar called Three Sheets Saloon. And the reason is, one, the fries are good. I'm a big fries guy. If you're going to go drinking, you better order some French fries. It helps you not get fucked up. But number two, the music was always a banger. And it wasn't because they played a bunch of hip hop or R&B. They played a little bit of everything. But it was always, in my opinion at least, the perfect timing. Like, they're going to play some hip hop, some R&B, but it don't go on for too long. It's not for too short. They always hit the little emo with like, you know, Panic at the Disco and all those type of bands and stuff like that. They always hit this pocket that, in my opinion, and compared to all the other bars that I've gone to in my life, they are always in the pocket. The music's always hitting. It's always the right songs. I love that bar. I haven't been there in a long time, but fries and beer put up Bron and Kyrie numbers. Wait, y'all have never heard of Union Square? Y'all, you don't know where the fuck Union Square? Y'all have or not that you don't know where it is. Y'all have never heard of Union Square in New York? That's crazy. I don't know where that is. Continues to say even more places we don't know. Oh my God. Yeah, that's what I need, and I found some spots like that, but just give me some I can work with. All right, here. I'll give y'all a little rundown. Here. I'll pull it up for y'all. So 14th Street, Union Square is right here. This is they don't have like a photo of this shit. They don't have like a photo. No, they don't have a photo of it. But yeah, wherever the fuck I just put Three Sheet Saloon, it was like over in this. Where the fuck is it? It's like over here. NYU's right over here. Three Sheet Saloon's like in this area. I absolutely loved that place. That was the go-to. That and they don't have it anymore. But there was another bar that we used to go to where the fucking, it was like the shots were, I swear, like $2 or some shit, some crazy shit. Like you used to be able to get like 10 shots for like $20, no bullshit. And so whenever we had like somebody had a birthday, that was the first spot we all used to go to. You didn't even need to pregame because the drinks were so cheap over there. But we used to hit that bar, and then we used to go bar hop after that. But yeah, man, some fire spots in New York. If y'all are ever there, man, I love my city. I don't know what road my middle school or high school was on. That's big city people activity. Y'all are like human GPS for no reason. Just say left at the Wawas. You know what's crazy? It wasn't until I left New York that I found out that people talk directions. Like when people talk about, you know, directions, they talk in miles. Right? Like, oh, I'm off exit 14. You know, that's, you know, I'm 4 miles off of exit 8. I'm like, yo, what the fuck are you? And it took a lot of adjusting because I'm over Googling shit. But yeah, nah. That's just how it was. Oh, Applebee's. Dollar right is scared of Jayson. Big Jayson, what up? What's good, RC? What's good, y'all? What's good, man? How's everybody? But Oh man, I hope y'all enjoyed your New Year's, man. New Year's is fun. New Year's is a lot of fun, especially when you find like well, not for New Year's necessarily, but because we're talking about spots. I'm big on going to the same spots over and over again. I don't know about y'all. I listen to the same music over and over again. I go to the same spots over and over again. So when you find those, it's a big plus. It's a big W. It's a big W for me. I'm big on those, but. Yeah, man, let's get into it. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. There's a lot of news. I think the best spot to start, if I'm being completely honest, is this Trae Young situation. Right? I think the Trae Young situation is probably I just need to say I'm over here by the motherfucking Burger King down the street from Dollar Tree. See, like we had train stations we had to know. Hey man, listen, when you get dropped in the big city, like you gotta figure your way around, man. You gotta listen. Back in New York, we used to know where to stand so that when you get off of your stop on the train, it's right at the staircase you need to get to. Like we needed to map everything out in New York. But yeah, man, been wanting him to leave Atlanta for a couple of seasons. One of the best distributors in basketball and doesn't get any respect. Now, this is my beef, or I don't know if beef is the right word, right? But because the rumor right now, or the report is, the Atlanta Hawks and Trae Young's agents have began discussing potential trade talks, right? And they keep talking about how this is a collaborative effort between, Trae Young, his agent, and the Atlanta Hawks. Trae Young to where though? I think there's a couple of places maybe where you might want him, but this is my question to y'all. Scorched Source, Washington. Ooh. What's good, Scorched Source? What's good? What's good? Welcome in, man. Welcome in. Before we talk about him leaving, right? Before we talk about him leaving, don't any of you guys think it's a little bit weird that now that there is another potential star in Atlanta, in Jaylen Johnson, that they now want to trade Trae Young? Like, it's so odd to me that, Trae Young, for, and y'all could correct me if I'm wrong, but for the most part, has been a solo act in Atlanta. And now that you have one guy in Jaylen Johnson who could score and is a triple threat, a triple double potential kind of player, why wouldn't you want to see how that develops with a veteran Trae Young? Or have the discussion, if you're of the mindset that I have, where smaller guards being your lead player isn't necessarily the best thing, but hey, maybe you can transition to have Jaylen Johnson be the lead player and have Trae Young be your second option as the facilitator hitting open shots. Am I off on that? Am I off? Y'all could tell me. Am I off on that? Brooklyn with MPJ would be fun. That would be fun. And they were working out over the summer too. Couldn't agree more, Jay. I like using the same thing as reliable. I still got the same pair of Ethica on since Kawhi hit that shot over Embiid. What's up, man? Salute, Score Source. No, it's not, in my opinion. What's not, Elijah? Yeah, so for me, I think that's the interesting part in this. I know Trae's been out. He's been dealing with injuries this year. But there's finally another player in there that potentially is an all-star, a star potentially. And instead of kind of seeing how that works with a Trae Young who's developed now, right? Now Trae Young can be a little bit more of a vet, can give this guy more game while also still putting up numbers. And now you're gonna trade him. So I don't totally understand that line of thinking, but let's talk about potential destinations. I've seen Washington. I've seen Washington as a potential landing spot. You could potentially have him next to a CJ McCollum, and have that duo. I will say we've kind of seen that already, right? We've seen a Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum duo, and now you're talking about an older CJ McCollum, right? Brooklyn could be cool. I don't know if Trae Young wants to be in New York after hearing fuck Trae Young from the Knicks fans. I'm sure a team like the Orlando Magic, who could really use some shooting, and potentially getting off one of their ball dominant guys in Franz Wagner or maybe Paolo Banchero. I don't know what direction they would want to go in. But honestly, if I'm Atlanta, I don't know about y'all. If I'm Atlanta, hey Houston, hey Houston, I know y'all got a little bit of a problem. I know y'all got a little bit of a problem there in Houston, because going into this year, y'all want to compete for a championship. And the only thing you guys are missing right now is a point guard. And we got one. And I think Houston has the potential because they have players that could make this trade work in terms of talent. Bring him over the board and stop playing. Getting rid of Trae is not weird in my opinion. It may be time built around him multiple times. He probably is ready, and I know he's been a burden by the coach's turnover and him getting heat for it. We look at guys like Kuminga and say change of scenery. I think for guys like Trae would be good. That is facts also. What if Atlanta trades Trae to a third-party team, with Boston being a facilitator, like a swap between Memphis Trae for Ja, Boston sends Atlanta and Fernie Simons? I'm not gonna lie to you, and we're gonna have a long conversation about the Boston Celtics later. I don't love Trae Young with Boston, because you're talking about the Boston Celtics that have a Jaylen Brown who's on a tear, Jayson Tatum who's been the number one option on that team for like 7 years. I don't know where Trae Young fits in that. I don't know where Trae Young would fit in that dynamic, especially when you consider the fact that Jaylen Brown has blossomed into this MVP candidate player, right? It's going to be hard to tell him to give the ball up to Jayson Tatum, let alone to give the ball up to Jayson Tatum and to Trae Young. So I don't know if that necessarily works. I feel like if you just swap Ja for Trae Young, for example, like let's say Memphis, Atlanta just kind of work something out, I don't know if that solves anything for either team. I'll be 100% honest with you. I don't know if that solves anything for either team outside of a change of scenery. And to your point, Elijah, maybe that's all that these guys need. But I don't completely love that scenario. He doesn't and steps on Payton Pritchard's game. That's fact. No, I mean, Boston only sends out Simons, and Memphis and Atlanta swap Trae and Ja. Boston receives future seconds or something. I see. Not suggesting Trey and Boston at all. Okay, that makes sense. That makes a little bit more sense. But then if you got to think, who would Boston get in that scenario? You know, Anthony Simons has been solid. I think if you're Boston, you'd want to get something in return. Now, is there... I'm trying to think. I mean, would you want like a Dyson Daniels if you're Boston? I don't know if they'd want to like recreate what they had with like Drew Holiday. Maybe they could do Dyson Daniels, Derek White. I don't know. I don't know who Boston would get that would make that worth it for them. In my opinion. I don't like that either. A current player is better than an imaginary player in my preference. I mean, I would take some draft picks for sure. Like, but I gotta get a player. I gotta get someone. I gotta get a player, in my opinion, for such big names going around. like this one team getting Ja. This one team is getting Trae Young. I'm giving up Anthony Simons, and I'm here with a bunch of draft picks. In theory, maybe if you were talking about a Boston Celtics in a different scenario, but I think this kind of goes hand in hand with a Peyton Pritchard quote where he was talking about they're not happy about being in third because they're used to being number one and competing for championships, and they're trying to get back to that. They're not thinking rebuild. So I don't know if they would want to do that. Boston already has so many young guys that need time to play. I mean, you guys are all making a lot of valid points. I'm not gonna lie. What about the Lakers or Rockets? I think, honestly, if I'm being 100% honest with you, I'm Atlanta. Give me the Thompson twin. Like, if I'm the Atlanta Hawks, I'm giving up a 25-9 guy. Give me a player that has all the potential in the world, in my opinion. If I'm looking at it in that way, give me a Man Thompson. That would be me if I'm Atlanta. Cavs, are they happy with Darius? Lakers would be getting fried on defense. I would 100% agree. I don't think the Lakers don't need Trae Young. You already have Luka. Luka is already unbelievable. So I don't think you would need Trae Young. They got other problems that they got to deal with. But Cleveland changing Garland for Trae is probably lateral movement. Wait, I gotta find that. Wait, hold on. I gotta find that video. That just yeah. Have y'all ever seen that KG video? I know that's what you're referring to. This shit's so funny, bro.
Another motherfucker that talk shit to you. Yeah, Olajuwon would do some shit like take his mouthpiece out and say, I'm hitting him with lateral movement. He can't do anything. Like, how do I even respond to that? You hitting him with lateral movement? I was like, I don't even have nothing for that. What do you say? What do you say when he say he hitting you with lateral movement? I ain't never heard that. Olajuwon, another motherfucker that talk shit to you. Yeah, Olajuwon would do some shit like take his mouthpiece out and say, I'm hitting him with lateral movement. He can't do anything.
Wait, hold on. Side note. What do you say to somebody talking shit to you, talking about I'm hitting him with lateral movement? What do you respond with? Everybody, what do you respond with? Let's say y'all playing, y'all hooping, and somebody telling you they hitting you with lateral movement, getting buckets. With an accent, mind you. They saying that shit with an accent. What do you say? Like, genuinely, what do you say? Do you just look at him and say, you right? Like, what you say to that? Like, what you say? Yeah, like, oh shit. Hey, I don't know. Shit, I don't know. You gotta hit me with some horizontal movement. All of this is starting to sound like a pause, but yo, Elijah, you talking my language. Trip him next possession. Don't say a word. Yo, just clap. Yeah. Yo, getting fried by a foreigner that like don't talk shit properly has got to be the worst. Got to be because even if you talk shit back, they probably don't even know what the fuck you saying anyway. you just getting fried no matter what. Oh man, let's read back. Trey and Luka will be awkward too. Like Trey and DJ didn't work out. It was my turn, your turn. I think Trey defensive claims are overblown. I mean, he's still a liability on defense though. Or he just got to play it cool on the free throw line. Hit him with the hey, good move. Hopefully he stops. Clapping is good. I'm hitting him with lateral movement. Like I'm cooked. Like I ain't got nothing for you, bro. I'm with KG on this one. I ain't got nothing for you. I don't got shit. So where's y'all favorite where's y'all preferred landing spots for Trae Young? I want to hear what everybody got to say. Me personally, I would call Houston. I would call Houston and get that deal done. I think it could potentially help both sides. Because they're really missing a point guard, and it's pretty evident. Not that they need. And here's the funny thing when it comes to Houston. I don't even know if they necessarily need a Trae Young. I truly think that what the Houston Rockets need is Fred VanVleet. He's just not available, which now puts you in this weird spot where, okay, well, what do you do with Fred VanVleet? You're going to have him come off the bench? Like, but I think that's a better problem to have, in my opinion. But Trae to Toronto. If it just trade for John. No, RZ, we not doing that. And we just had a series against them, and that typically ends in a trade. So, but like, who would you giving up Scotty Barnes? Elijah be on the phone like, hey, Emmanuel quickly, nice, right? like, you not go, because this is the problem, Eli. This is the problem with Elijah. He wants everybody, but wants to give up nothing. He wants to give up. He want to keep the whole roster. He want to trade a two-way player for 25-9 Ja. Talking about that makes sense. Yo, I bet you, Elijah, I bet you. You just say dick boy? Excuse me. You need to redact that statement. Yo. I'm telling you, that looks crazy on my screen right now, Elijah. IQ, Dick Boy, and Ochi, that looks nuts. That looks fucking insane. I bet you, Elijah, you would downplay everything Trae Young has done in his life just to try to get that trade to work. Jay in person, he's the same way. He steers the convo back to Toronto somehow. I don't doubt it at all. We over here talking about some other shit. Yo, Scotty Barnes. Like, hey, we not talking nothing Toronto Raptors related. One thing you're forgetting is Trae Young is at best a third option on a title contending team. Y'all want to give him away? We giving 3 good players. Wait, hold on. A third option on a title contending team. You really think so? Give me Trey. We know how to use small guards. But wait, hold on. Third option on a title contending team. I don't know if I can get down with that. I don't know if I can get down with third option on a title contending team. Like Trey might not be getting the same amount of buckets that we're used to him getting, but he's gonna have the basketball in his hands, making decisions, making plays. I don't know if I agree with third option. That's crazy. I'm literally not steering away. I said Cavs, Spurs, and Raptors. Like, the Raptors still at the end of that shit. If Trey's on your team, the ball's running through him a lot. Def not third option. Too damn bad Milwaukee doesn't really have the pieces to trade for Trey to pair with Giannis. Yeah, I don't know who... People are fickle. Didn't he just have a career year last year? Yeah, people are fickle for sure. There's a lot of potential, or not, maybe a lot isn't the right term, but I think, I just don't know who they would give up. Honestly, I think the Nets are not a bad shout. And I think Houston. I think in Houston, right? In Houston, to your point, RC, that might be the only place he's a third option. Because you have Kevin Durant and a big in Sengun. But at the same time, he might be a third option when it comes to like points. But he's the one managing the offense and getting those guys the basketball. So I don't know about that. He's a proven first option if you want to make the conference finals. So if he's a third option, that team might be goated. Yeah, I mean, if he is a third option, that means that team is really fucking good. But I'm over here disagreeing and talking myself into agreeing. Yes, third option, too small and don't play defense, crazy volume shooter. Am I wrong? But think about how many open shots Trae Young could potentially get. Like, he would shoot a much better percentage. He's a very good three-point shooter. Kevin would get third option touches in that situation because of his efficiency. Yeah, but we still gonna see 28 somehow. That motherfucker gonna have 10 shots, and you look up at he got 35. Like, how did he just get 35 off 10 shots? That's the kind of player Kevin Durant is. But to your point, Black Canadian, I think you are right. I think that would end up being Trey is handling the ball most of the time, and then Sengun is also playmaking, and Kevin Durant gets to have wide open one-on-one basketball for 48 minutes damn near. So I think Houston is personally the best destination for him, but I don't know what y'all think about that. Trey with Giannis, it still doesn't make sense. Giannis needs a Tyrese Maxey, Jordan Poole, or Holiday, not another guy who you want the ball to be in his hands the most. I don't think Maxey works either. I think you need a Drew Holiday type of player. Like, realistically, a Drew Holiday type of player, I think, is the perfect complement to Giannis. I don't think any of those guys work. Kevin Durant could shoot over me any day. That just sounds crazy. That just sounds like what are you saying? KD would just become the ultimate bailout. Could my Timberwolves use Trae Young? See, now we getting somewhere. And all it took was for Elijah to say some freaky shit. Let's see. Who could the Minnesota Timberwolves give up? T-Wolves, you know what, T-Wolves could actually make a lot of sense. Who would the T-Wolves give? That's what I'm stuck on right now. Because if you're Atlanta, you would damn near, hey, give me Randall. Right? Give me Julius Randle. Give me Julius Randle. We just have this big ass lineup. Jalen Johnson got size, Julius Randle, and just have a big lineup. Wolves could do it, but it would have to include a third team for Randall, and even then, I don't think they are better. That sounded weird about KD. It's true. Unfortunately, I couldn't stop KD. I'm too small. See, that still sounds nuts. Yo, Elijah, you're on timeout. Hey, Elijah, go to the corner. You're on timeout, bro. I promise you, the Hawks don't want Randall. Yeah, I don't know if. And I'll be honest. I'll be honest, Black Canadian. I think Julius Randle has improved. But you also don't want to slow Jalen Johnson's development. He's really coming into his own, and he's been playing really well. And the ball stopping allegations they don't come from nowhere when it comes to Julius Randle. So I don't know if that would be the perfect situation. They need a point, though. I don't know if they will get it. Hawks need a point bad. They look bad against Rap. Elijah, you're on timeout. You're on timeout, bro. Your freaky ass. Jalen already better than Randall. Yeah, that boy nice. That boy nice. Not giving up anything substantial for trade. Not Jaden. No, and they can have either Randall or Nas. I'd rather the Hawks dump Trey for mad picks to OKC. All right, y'all. I'll be back 5 minutes. My fault. Wait, what OKC about to do with Trey Young? I don't like that either. I don't like that either. I don't like that either. But we'll see, man. This is a continuously developing story. Let's see what Shams had to say when it comes to this. Let's take a look at this real quick.
How do you see this playing out for the four-time All-Star as we march?
Wait, hold on. Wait, hold on. Wait. We were cooking RC for saying Trae Young will be a third option. And here, Black Canadian, aka Darian, want to jump out the window talking about 6-man trade. Yo, y'all out of pocket today. I got a question. Who the hell would stop them? I got a question for everyone. Do y'all think Trey will accept a trade still if they send himself somewhere with a losing record? He's still the second option. That sounds nice. That sounds nice. Hey, that sounds nice. That's that 2K shit right there. Hey man, have this motherfucker come off the bench. That's that 2K shit. Don't pan out that way in real life though. That boy gonna be mad as hell coming off the bench. What's a losing record? Like, what team are we talking about? Honestly, if it was just about cash it would be the Sacramento Kings. Like genuinely, it would be the Sacramento Kings if it was strictly just about cash. But I think Trey wants to win, so I don't know what that is. Let's see what Sean's got to say, though.
Toward the trade deadline.
Like Trae Young's Hawks tenure is coming to an end. He appears to be in his final days and weeks in Atlanta after 7.
He spoke with too much finality right there. This guy, Trae Young, is gone.
7+ seasons together as the face of that franchise. And I'm told both Trae Young and the Hawks know he just doesn't fit with the current team anymore. We've seen the Hawks move and turn the page toward this young core of Jalen Johnson, Nickeil Alexander-Walker, Dyson Daniels, Onyeka Okongwu. And so both sides now are collaborating on trade talks out of Atlanta, turning the page, seeing where else Trae Young can land to be the lead guard of a franchise elsewhere. And this really started in the offseason when the Hawks decided not to offer a contract extension to Trae Young.
Yep.
And now Trae Young seeking a team that could give him an extension. And also stemming from the fact that the Hawks have played better this season without Young in the lineup. And so here between now and the trade deadline, the Hawks can either move Trae Young, they can wait for his contract to get to an expiring deal in the offseason when he has a player option, or he opts out. That gives them $40 million in cap space in the offseason. But Trae Young appears to be nearing the end of his career in Atlanta.
All right.
Damn, Shams. Yo, when he be talking with finality, like he's sure, I swear he know the trade already. He just can't say it yet. Like he know what's happening. He just can't say it yet. Unfortunately, it's getting close to being about cash. The NBA doesn't value him right now. And you know what's really funny too, right? What's really, really funny is, I don't know if you guys remember a couple weeks ago, there was that random report that came out of nowhere about Lamelo Ball being unserious and whether or not Ja Morant is out of his prime. I don't know if you guys remember that, but there was a big thing. All the GMs were getting quoted anonymously. And somehow, right, somehow Trae Young got lumped into that, right? And, you know, I thought it was odd at the time, but now it makes sense. That GM came from the Atlanta Hawks. They've been trying to position themselves to get rid and trade Trae Young. And that's why he got lumped up in there. I was like, why the fuck y'all got him with Ja Morant and LaMelo Ball? Like, this guy is a perennial all-star, has performed in the playoff. How you lump him with Ja Morant and LaMelo Ball? And now we know why. It's because they're trying to get rid of him. But Trae Young and Porzingis for Steph, don't think the money would work, though. Nah, that's just not happening. Zach LaVine for Trae Young, it is so done, then, Jay. Oh man. But that's great conversation. Great conversation about Trae Young and where he could potentially end up. Now, I wanted to bring this up because I think it's probably a good talking point, and it'll kind of bring us into the next topic. But what do you guys think about this? Because this happened, I believe, last week. Not Threats GMs from Toronto playing 4D chess. We trying to drop that value so we can add them. Y'all think y'all was that ahead, huh? So let's take a look at this this really quick. We'll talk about this, and then this will go right into our next topic.
Ellis has it poked away. Ball slams it home on the other end.
That's a wrap.
It's just about the nail in the coffin here for the Bulls. Final 9 seconds. Jones will lay it in. Bridges. Dribble it out, and that'll do it. The Charlotte Hornets snap a 3-game skid, taking down the
I'm gonna say what nobody else has said. Trey should have been asked for a trade 2 to 3 years ago. Now that is for damn sure. But what do you guys think about these unwritten rules in the NBA? Because I'm really starting to feel like it's time to rewrite some of these rules. Some of these old, outdated rules. Because how is it not okay for Lamelo Ball, to go get that bucket, but this is okay?
Final 9 seconds. Jones will lay it in.
How is one okay, but the other is okay? I am so over these unwritten fucking rules. When you have two contradicting core basketball principles that go completely against each other. On one hand, they want to tell you play hard until the very end of the game. All 48 minutes until the whistle goes out. And then on the other hand, they don't want you to beat these guys up too bad. It's a very weird thing to me. I've never quite understood it, because in my head, if you're telling me to play hard all 48, I'm going to play hard all 48. At the end of the day, especially these guys, their contracts, what was the beef between LaMelo and Vooch? RC, it was literally just because he scored and they were up and the game was over. That old adage of this is just bad sportsmanship. Sending Trey to GSW makes sense in my opinion, though. Hawks get a point that makes sense. Warriors close the chapter, don't want to give up. Then they can compete almost immediately. They have a point in center. They could possibly flip Dre and Jimmy into something to unlock Kuminga. Bruce, where you at? No. Like Elijah, all that stuff sounds nice. Steph is retiring a Warrior. All that stuff sounds sweet. He's retiring a Warrior, and that's just point blank. Steph's not going nowhere. But it's not beef, RC. It's literally just that unwritten rule of when you're up and the game is over, you don't score. And I've just never understood that. It would be one thing if on that very last possession, I feel like if LaMelo had tried to score with, when he was bringing the ball up, but it was a freebie, right? It was a freebie. It was a complete freebie. It turned the ball over. What am I? I'm going to do circles here at the fucking, what are we doing? It's my fault that y'all came to this game unprepared. It's my fault y'all got blown out because y'all came to this game unprepared. But that's just something I've never completely understood. Let me know what you guys think about the unwritten rules of basketball. They lucky I'm not a GM. Steph, Jimmy, Steve, especially Jay will be having the door hit them on the way out. Whoa. What does Steph have to do with getting hit with the door? Like, Steph chilling. But this brings me to this New Orleans Hornets brings me to the Oklahoma City Thunder losing to the Charlotte Hornets 124-97. And oh, by the way, before we talk about that game, let's take a look at this game winner that Devin Booker just hit on them.
Brooks with 19, a big second half. The two Canadian teammates going at it. Brooks, step back three.
Dylan Brooks has been balling.
Bucket!
I personally think you should play to the end. Me being a point guard, that's how I got double figures at the end of games. Listen, man. Listen, and then them same coaches and GMs in the pros will use those numbers or lack thereof against you at the negotiating table. So get all the buckets you can get, man. Fuck it. Love Steph. He's a stray. I agree with Elijah. It's time for a full reset. I agree. I just don't think it's gonna happen. I don't like that they take the shot clock violations at the end either, Jay. I was raised in an era where you can dribble it out, and yes, but if the shot clock is about to expire, Henry Carr's finest Dylan Brooks. Hey, this was not sportsmanship. They needed these buckets.
Stinger.
You basically have three guys on the floor. Dylan Brooks, Goodwin.
Yo, Dylan Brooks has been fucking hooping.
Williams has done a great job scoring points.
Alexander took a peek. The Suns closed him off. Pull up in the paint. Holmgren grabbing the offensive rebound and the putback got it. They'll bring it now to Brooks. George defending, playing with 5 personal fouls. And lost to handle.
Dylan
Phoenix
Brooks.
Williams has the basketball. Drive in on the baseline. Pull up. Ties it. Caruso defending. Booker eyes the clock.
This is just a great move by
Sun spreading the floor. Book raising up. Fires. Boom!
Bang! So OKC, after suffering this game-winning loss against the Phoenix Suns, who've been very good this year, get blown the fuck out by the New Orleans Hornets. And it has a lot of people saying that the NBA has figured out the Oklahoma City Thunder. And then you got other people saying it's a championship hangover. Which do you guys think it actually is? Which do you guys think it is? Do you guys think that this is a fact of the NBA figuring out the Oklahoma City Thunder? Or is this simply a championship hangover? Dylan Brooks looking like Suns Charles Barkley and shit. Element for real. From what I'm hearing, OKC is bored of the regular season. What are you thinking about perspective? Are they bored? See, I think a lot of this stems from those back to, I think, 3 losses in a row to the Spurs, right? I think it was 3 losses in a row to the Spurs. And then obviously they've suffered 2 big losses, right? The game winning shot that Devin Booker had, and obviously this Hornets loss. After my own team, the T-Wolves, my favorite fun team this season has been the Phoenix Suns. They've been a lot of fun to watch. Here's my takeaway with the Oklahoma City Thunder, right? Here's my takeaway. I think if you want to look into the future, if you're OKC, right? If the plan and the goal is to compete for the next 6, 7, 8 years, if that's the goal, right? If you're the Oklahoma City Thunder, and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a part of that, Jalen Williams is a part of that, Chet Holmgren's a part of that. I totally understand Jalen Williams being the second option on this team because he's a really good offensive player. But I think this is where the development of Chet Holmgren becomes really crucial. And making him more than a defensive player that's going to go block shots, grab rebounds, and hit shots here and there. I think this is where the Oklahoma City Thunder need to look ahead and really think about developing Chet Holmgren. Because when it comes to mismatches, when it comes to having the potential of a 1-2 punch that's damn near unstoppable, I think you got to look at Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Chet Holmgren. I get that Jalen Williams is a great player in this league. He's a fantastic player. Chet Holmgren is the potential mismatch. Chet Holmgren, I think, is the one that can really cause problems for the other team and really create space and free up space for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Right now, he's just a defensive player that you can count on to hit a couple shots here and there. He's not really featured in their offense. And I think if they want to really be unstoppable, I think on defense, he's great. You got to start transitioning him into a more offensive player, because I think that is what can unlock this team to be even better than what they are right now. I wouldn't necessarily say either. It's a long season for ups and downs, and everything will have slumps and dips. It's unfair to expect a perfect season. 6-7. But I mean, I completely agree with you, Elijah. I do think it's a long season, and I think, you know, because of the start that they had, a lot of people were looking at the Golden State Warriors record, which I think this shows how impressive what the Golden State Warriors did and what the Chicago Bulls did before that, right? The level of focus that 15 guys on a roster need to have day in and day out to be able to win 70 plus games. I think that is something that really needs to be commended, because it's extremely difficult to do. And we were all talking about how dominant the Thunder were, how dominant Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been, and they go on a little bit of a skid and everyone starts freaking the fuck out. When the reality is exactly what you said, Elijah. There's ups and downs. Now, it would be different if they've been losing for the last month, right? But that's not the case. I mean, they've lost a few games here and there. You know, the Spurs is one of them. I think they're a really good underrated team because they have some really good young guys, and Wemby is a freak of nature, right? He's someone that's extremely hard to deal with and match up with. And, you know, you walk into a game against the New Orleans Hornets where, you know, they have talent. And if you show up to the game unprepared, you know, this is what's going to happen. This is what could potentially happen. I think Presti should have the balls and trade Holmgren for either Jalen Johnson or Lauri Markkanen long term. You don't think you just try to develop him offensively? Because I've seen flashes, like some of the moves that Chet Holmgren makes. It's very impressive at his size. And, you know, it's hard to make up what he brings on the defensive end also in terms of the effort and just know-how, right? Some people just have that thing on defense. Other people don't. I think he just has a good knack on defense, and also the effort is there. I don't know if you would necessarily get the same defensively out of Lauri Markkanen and Jalen Johnson. Now, Chet Holmgren might not reach the same levels of, let's say, like a Lauri Markkanen this season, but, you know, Shai allows him the opportunity to be able to play a lot of one-on-one. Right? They just got to set him up for those and to, you know, to be in good positions to be successful. But I really feel like that is the glaring part to me. You have a player that's really a unicorn. Right? Chet Holmgren is a unicorn at his size, to be able to shoot, to be able to handle the ball that the way that he does, and also to play defense. It's not something you find every day. And like I said, I get that Jalen Williams today as a better option as a second option, but I think over time they need to try to transition to have Chet Holmgren take up that space, because he would create a lot more mismatches in the long run because of his size. We got to settle down. They're defending champs until they are dethroned. I wouldn't dare think about such drastic changes. And also, I don't know if you guys are paying attention, but it feels like overnight Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has become extremely hated. I don't know if it's because he dropped shoes. Oh, to your shoes conversation earlier. My favorite pair of sneakers from a current NBA player right now got to be Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's. I like the butters. I like the black pair. I don't know if all the other colors are I love, but that's me personally. My favorite pair of sneakers out right now from a current NBA player. But if you guys notice the 180 on Shai, everyone all of a sudden hates Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. From the foul merchant to all of a sudden he can't score without fouls, all of this, all of that. It's just funny how fans move, right? It's almost as if once you reach a certain level of success, it's okay to hate you. It's okay to hate you. It's the same thing as, like, you know, you get an underground artist that no one's really paying attention to. Everyone loves them and champions them, and then all of a sudden they become mainstream, and those same fans are like, "You sold out. You're a sellout." OKC's biggest concern, in my opinion, is money. You don't want guys to get too old, win too much, and go other places for contracts like OKC or Grizzlies. People are fickle. They said OKC played the best basketball last season. Now they are ruining basketball. Yeah, it's just crazy how quick people turn. Right? It's crazy how quick people turn, and we've seen it with everybody damn near. We've seen it with everyone. Luka one day was the golden child. Now he's fat and he don't care about basketball. It's happening to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander as we speak in real time. We can see it. So Shai shoes do look good. I know he's not current, but D-Rose, in my opinion, got prettiest of all time. Which model though? If you can find the model, I'd want to pull it up. They just hate great because he ain't dazzling, jaw-dropping superstar player. Excuse me. He just does his job, wins, and goes about his day. I mean, you guys are preaching, man. I totally agree. I totally agree. It's this weird thing. It's this very weird thing. Like, don't let Anthony Edwards hit MVP level, because right now the only beef everyone has with Anthony Edwards is the baby mama drama. Everyone outside of that, everyone loves Anthony Edwards. There are a lot of people out, maybe outside of Elijah, but everyone loves Anthony Edwards. Let him get a certain level of success, and everyone will turn on him. Caitlin, Shai, Gilgeous, Clark, LMAO. No, that's facts. That's 100% facts. But I think I agree with a lot of what you guys said. I think this is much to do with nothing with the Oklahoma City Thunder. 7 of 21, you're allowed to have bad shooting nights, right? Like, everyone is allowed a bad shooting night. 7 of 21 for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Everyone has off nights. You could just, honestly, when it comes to bad performances, and this is probably a great segue, I am more concerned with the fact that I'm seeing single-digit points out of Karl Anthony Towns. And when I tell you I am pissed off that in 22 minutes of play, not only did you only get, I'm gonna pull this shit up right now. If you're Karl Anthony Towns, not only did you only get 6 fucking points in 22 minutes of play, 1 rebound, 6 turnovers, 3 offensive fouls. What the fuck is this guy doing? What the fuck is this guy, Karl Anthony Towns, doing? Now, I truly hope that it's nothing personal happening with family or whatnot, because he's had a couple of these in the last couple weeks. There was just a game a couple weeks ago or a week or two ago where he had like 2 points or some shit. What the fuck is going on with Karl Anthony Towns? 1 rebound? 1 rebound. Jalen Brunson had no assists. I'm reading, Elijah. I'm just hot right now. Listen, y'all. I was watching this game yesterday on my phone. I damn near threw my phone across the fucking room. I damn near threw my phone across the fuck. Cause what am I watching? 1 rebound? One. I'm mad at the Jalen Brunson noses. Trust me, I'm mad at that. I absolutely hated it. That's awful. That's awful. But 1 rebound is effort. That's pure effort against a team that y'all knocked out the playoffs last year. They've been stripped to damn near bones. There is 1 man on that team. No disrespect to any of those other guys. Paul Reed was good. No disrespect to any. There is 1 motherfucker on that team to worry about, and we can't beat them. Dog, I was so hot last night. I think I gotta hold on. It's getting hot in here. I think I gotta pull up these sneakers real quick just to change the. Just to change the mood real quick, because boy, bro, I was pissed. Are you talking about this, Elijah? We talking about these? These ain't bad. There was a guy on YouTube that I used to watch all the time. He's from Chicago. He's a big Bulls fan, so he was a massive Derrick Rose fan. He had all the Derrick Roses. He had fucking all the Derrick Roses. That back looks fucking sick. This is a good shout. That's definitely a good shout. I just like. And maybe this is just because the Jordans that I like back in the day, but I just like sneakers you can rock outside also, not just on the basketball court. So maybe that's just me. But that's why I like the Shays so much, because I feel like you could rock them off the court a lot easier and a lot better. But those are fire. The black and red, fire. Now, one rebound isn't effort, being as tall as he is, and playing as long as he isn't at least 2 or 3 at the minimum should just fall in his lap. No, like you, Elijah, like to your point, you damn near gotta try to not get a rebound. Like you legit damn near got to try to only get 1 rebound in a basketball game. That shit pissed me off, and this is genuinely probably gonna piss me off even more. The shine to them and that gap made me think I was Barry Sanders on the court. Hey man, we all got a sneaker like that. For me, when I was killing in the Kobe ones. Them Kobe ones, the white with the black, with the red and black, this was my shit. These are one of my favorite hoop shoes of all time. These and then these also these I hooped in these also, and y'all know I don't like LeBron, but I was hooping in these for a while. But get back to topic. Cade Cunningham, I think, is getting his own signature shoe, so that's dope. It's not yet. I think it's like next year or something like that, or next season or whatever, but that's coming out. But where do y'all rank Cade Cunningham? Serious question. Serious question. Where do you guys rank Cade Cunningham? One, amongst point guards, and two, in just the league. Because that man is good. Like, hey, I hate to be the one to admit it. I hate to be the one, especially after they belt to ass my New York Knicks. But man, that guy is good. And you was wearing baggy shorts with them? You damn right. We have these running shorts. We had these short ass running shorts. Yeah, no. Baggy as fuck. I hope Cade shoes got a black tie on the shoelace. You know what this reminded me of, Elijah? Like when I was thinking about, like, damn, this guy Cade Cunningham is good. It reminded me of, I don't know if you remember this, Elijah, but last season, the beginning of last season, you asked me a question, Elijah, and I remember this because of the corner that Cade Cunningham turned last year. But the very beginning of last NBA season, you were like, what do you think of Cade Cunningham? And I remember saying, I was like, he's one, I think he's just in Detroit. Two, he doesn't do anything poorly on the basketball court. I think he does everything well on the basketball court. It just hasn't impacted winning. And don't look up now, but everything he does is now impacting winning. And he is damn near by himself carrying this team. And you know what to me is the most impressive thing about Cade Cunningham? I know he knows personnel, his personnel. I know he knows what all of his teammates are capable of. But the thing that I appreciate about Cade Cunningham is regardless of who's on the floor, he always makes the same reads and always makes the right basketball play. So it doesn't matter if the back of your jersey says Reed or Duren. If the read, no pun intended, is to get Paul Reed the basketball because they're double teaming him, he's got a good role, he's going to get Paul Reed the basketball. It doesn't matter, again, if that's Paul Reed or Jalen Duren in that jersey, he makes the right reads and he makes the right plays. It feels like every fucking time. And there are players that you see on the court where you could tell they don't trust their teammates. You could tell, I'm only fucking with the starters. I'm only fucking with the people that I fuck with. And I think it shows with just the trust that he has in his teammates. He has the ultimate trust and confidence in his teammates. And I think it's showing in their wins and losses, because these guys play. It's one thing to play hard for the coach. I think these guys play hard for Cade Cunningham. Like truthfully, I really do believe that they play hard for Cade Cunningham, not just the coach, and that goes a really long way. I'm impressed by Cade. I thought his athleticism would hurt, but I underestimated him. I mean, he has some moments out there. He damn near looking like Luka. It's like, dog, how are you getting by these guys? He's like slow dribbling, and then all of a sudden he by them. I saw him posting up OG and Mikal Bridges. I mean, this guy he is the complete package. You know, he's an MVP level player, and he's great. Like he's great, and I hate that it came at my team's expense, but you know, I love hoop, I love basketball, and I think this guy is good for the game of basketball. And it's funny because, you know, everyone always talks about the future, Team USA in a couple years. Like, we got this guy. Like, think of all the players that we have in the league. The future is bright. The future is very bright in the NBA, and I'm truly excited for it. I'm truly excited for what we got in the league, for what we got coming up, man. But fuck, man, my New York Knicks. I was the one that said that the NBA Cup shit was a Band-Aid. It was a Band-Aid for a gunshot wound, and I still stand by it. I still think if we have paths to get better, that we should for sure take them. But whether we do or not, we'll see. We'll see. Now, we got to speak on this, man, because there's been a lot of conversations about Jaylen Brown this season, right? And he has been on a tear. Let's take a look at this, and then we'll take a look at what his coach had to say about him in just 1 second. But let's start with this clip.
Yeah, honestly, I'm not gonna say too much, but I'm gonna be honest. Like, no disrespect, no diss to none of those guys, Shea or Brunson. Neither one of them had a better month than I had. But it's all good. Those are great players. But
I hope no one ever took, you know, when we were debating Tatum versus Brown or whatever during all that stretch, which, you know, looking back on it in retrospect, that was probably the wrong debate to have. But I love the confidence. I love how direct he was and the simplicity of what he just said, right? And then he went and dropped the 50 piece on the Clippers. What's good, Bruce?
I think it's a little bit of everything, right? I think it's you know, you're playing against a team that has won 6 or 7 in a row, that has found a hot streak, that is playing really well. You're playing against, you know, 2 of, you know, the great players that Jaylen has played against for some time. You know, it's a huge mindset win because it's the last game of a road trip. You know, we obviously talked about he didn't get, you know, Player of the Month, and I just think all those things combined, just, you know, a guy like Jaylen brings out the best in him, and he just wants to compete at the highest level. And you know, you're always talking about team, and team is the absolute most important thing. But when you have guys that, you know, still have a chip on their shoulder and want to be the best and are on the court with other great players, and it's a goal of them to come out on top. And I thought he did a great
Brown stopped using that. What did I say? That Bijan just for men, he got better.
job of that as an individual, but as a team as well.
Joe, did he ask to guard Kawhi?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, absolutely.
That had to fire you up.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, since I've been here, I get to coach guys that care about winning, care about defense, care about the team. And so he texted it to me on the plane. Where we come from, Sacramento, to here. He texted me on the plane in Sacramento, and I thought that was it was great. And I just think it's a representation of the organization, but also the leadership and what he does.
Like, that's great for the story. And I'm not trying to downplay it at all, because he was great. He was great. Not only did he have the 50 piece, but he was also defending Kawhi. But like, who was he gonna guard? Like, if we're just keeping it a buck, like, who else was he supposed to guard on that floor? But again, that's neither here nor there. That doesn't take away from the fact that this guy has, one, been absolutely balling. But two, Joe Mazzulla to me is the coach of the year so far. I love that you brought that up, Bruce. I love that you brought that up. Because Jaylen Brown has been unbelievable. Unbelievable. He's really put this team on his back. And offensively has done his best to make up for what they're lacking with Jason Tatum, who's like 28, 7 and 7 or whatever he's averaging, right? But I really do think Joe Mazzulla deserves some credit for this, because he's, one, putting Jaylen Brown in good spots to be successful, but he's also really coaching the shit out of the rest of this team. And I think those two things go hand in hand, right? Like, on their championship stretch, we praise Joe Mazzulla. And I don't think this is any different. We're just seeing a version of Jaylen Brown that we've never seen before, right? Didn't think about that case. Who else would? So do you guys think that Jaylen Brown is the best two-way player in the NBA? And there's a lot of debates in this, right? Because Wemby is averaging what he's averaging and is probably a great nod and a great hat. He throws his hat into the defensive player of the year candidate, right? It doesn't get more two-way than that. Right, you're averaging 27 or however much he's averaging, and you're the defensive player of the year. It doesn't get better as a two-way player than that. But I think more so of what Jaylen Brown is referring to here when he talks about being a two-way player is not only the scoring part and not just the defense. He's the point of attack defensively. Drew Holiday is no longer there. I get that Derek White is still a very good defensive player and takes a lot of these assignments as well. But Jaylen Brown is defending the guys that initiate the offense. Versus Wemby, he's a backline defender. Right? Are there matchups where he needs to lock up one-on-one defensively? Yes, there are some. But it's not the same as a perimeter defender, in my opinion. And I get that Wemby does a lot. I've said before that the game changes when Wemby's on the floor. The shots that certain guys would take in the mid-range going to the paint, they don't take some of those shots when Wemby's on the floor. So there is value to that. I think these two guys are great in their own rights. But when it comes to guards and wings, Jaylen Brown has to be the best, in my opinion. That Huego kid is playing out of his mind. He's supposed to be Buns. No, JB is not. Brown will never get that recognition. He challenged Nike. His game is not sexy. He's not charismatic, and he talks too much. Wemby shouldn't be in that combo. Wait, Elijah, why not though? Because at the end of the day, we all got to defend the same. We all got to play defense. And just because you're dominating defensively in one area of the floor, or more so in one area of the floor compared to another, I don't think that eliminates him from this conversation. I mean, like, he's averaging like 4 blocks a game. Like, he's leading the league in blocks. He's getting rebounds. You know, that unfortunately for some people, that is a part of defense, right? And I think, you know, Jaylen Brown has been great. I think, unfortunately, Wemby, you could say maybe size. He has an advantage because of his size, but it matters. It matters. And the more I think about it, the more JB actually makes sense. I think, especially when you're talking about wings and guards, he is the best two-way player in the league. Because, yeah, guys can score like him, but the guys that can score like him at his rate can't play defense like him. Wemby's a home run hitter. I don't see it like that at all. I don't see it like that at all. Wemby switches to guards on pick and rolls. I don't see it like that at all, Elijah. I think Wemby is legit on defense. Like, legit. And what's the convo currently? Just popping in. Had to leave for a second. RC, who is the best two-way player in the NBA? Jaylen Brown said he thinks he's the best two-way player in the NBA. I think Wemby has something to say about that. Giannis, when healthy, is still a very good defensive player. Maybe not quite the defensive player of the year that he'd gotten at one point, but he's still very good on defense. He risks for big plays and he gets them, but constantly gets burnt over helping for back-breaking threes. Wemby. Kawhi don't play defense like that anymore, Bruce. Those days are over. Also, Wemby has played consistently low minutes versus guys like OG who plays 40. I mean, the minutes, I don't think that I don't know if the minutes really has anything to do with it because of the impact that Wemby has on defense. I think it's between two people, SGA or Jaylen Brown. SGA. I mean, I get that SGA is... We saw some really bad defensive blunders in the finals, RC. Some really, really bad ones. Like, I mean, not even paying attention to Pascal Siakam bad on defense. You know, Shea gets his steals. I don't know if I would necessarily put him in that convo the way... Like, Jaylen Brown was picking up Luka at half court. Like I saw that with my own two eyes. Granted, at least in that series, it's a little bit easier knowing you have Drew Holiday, Derek White, Porzingis, and Jason Tatum behind you. That's one aspect of it. But Jaylen Brown is... I genuinely think it should be 2. Right. I think because they dominate different spaces defensively on the floor. I think Jaylen Brown is the best wing / perimeter two-way player in the NBA. And then Wemby is the best under the rim, you know, below the 3-point line, in the paint, two-way player in the league. Jaylen Brown in a runaway then with the guards and the wings, yeah, because the guys that can play defense like him, like I've seen OG Anunoby be incredible on defense. And as much as I think OG Anunoby is a really good player, he cannot score with Jaylen Brown. It's not even in the same plane. Like, they're not even in the same field, in my opinion, on offense. But I think OG is a great defensive player. Great. I mean, that guy is unreal on defense, and doesn't get nearly enough credit for it. How are we defining two-way? I mean, where guys that are averaging like less than 24 points, in my opinion, don't count for this. I think there's, you know, like typically when we think of defensive players, they're the Lou Dorts, the Alex Carusos. OG definitely scores a lot more than those guys. But, you know, it's not 30. We don't have a guy that's locking up defensively and also dropping 30 like Jaylen Brown is. And I think that might be... I'll give you this, Elijah. If we are to put Jaylen Brown above Wemby, it's because of his offense. Because I think there's a lot that Wemby could do defensively that Jaylen Brown just simply cannot because of size. But offensively, Jaylen Brown, his game is polished. It's crisp. He's gotten really, really good on offense. And I don't think he gets enough credit for that. Right? Everybody was talking about he got no left. He hitting lefty floaters off. Like, the way his game has grown, he deserves so much credit for what he's been able to do. And I don't think he just gets it. I don't think he gets his credit. Only player with 50 blocks, 50 steals. Scotty Barnes is you know, in that convo, but he's also not putting up 30. And I guess to add on top of that, like the Spurs right now, he has De'Aaron Fox. He has Castle, who's Rookie of the Year also, right? When we're talking about Wemby, he has guys he could kind of lean on offensively. Jaylen Brown don't. Like, Derek White hasn't shot the basketball well this year from 3. Peyton Pritchard, you know, this is just not the same team. So, excuse me. The responsibility offensively between Jaylen Brown and Wemby, one is not the same, but two, not only is it the responsibility, but the sudden responsibility. You know, they lose their team, right? They lose all these players. Jason Tatum goes down. All of those things, man, the more I'm thinking about it, I'm like, man, this guy might be the best two-way player. And I think it's because of his offense that puts him over the top, right? Like if we were to like, if there was like a slider, like the game sliders, right? Like Wemby edges him out on defense, I think, but Jaylen Brown edges him out on offense. Or he got him on offense. I'm gonna just keep it a buck. He got him on offense, 30 on 50% shooting. So I think JB, wow, that was a long convo to say. Yeah, the more I think about it, I feel like it's exactly what you said right there earlier, Elijah. What you said earlier, the more I think about it, the more JB actually makes sense, and I think that's big facts. That's big facts. Jaylen Brown, under fucking rated as a player, man. Unbelievable. Now, before we get out of here, I wanted to... Before we get out of here, I wanted to show this because I think this was sick. And the interview after was also pretty cool. Booker
and the Suns taking their time. We're going to go around 8. We're going to go around 5. Wow. That was a long time to try to get a shot off.
I was mind blown. I'm mind blown. And so were they. that he did not start moving until the 5-second mark. And clearly that was intentional. And the fact that he made that decision against the bigger defender, I thought was a mistake.
That was a long time to try to get a shot off.
Like, Alex Caruso is a great defensive player, right? Alex Caruso is a great defensive player. But the reality is, Booker and Caruso are about the same size. Like, shooting over him, and I know it was two people. There was a late help. There was a late contest. Lou Dort, I believe, but who's also not that big. But compared to the shot that he took against Tari Eason, it was not even the same thing.
And that's a shot clock violation. Another one on the Suns. What were they doing?
Does a good job spacing him a little bit, because one thing Booker does, he looks for the bump in the shoulder on that step back. Eason did a good job watching film. He doesn't allow Booker to get that shoulder, uses his length and forces it air.
The Rockets pull off a dramatic win tonight.
Listen, as soon as they ran this shit, I knew he was making it.
Jabari the inbounder into Kevin Durant. Durant for three. Yes, he got it! Kevin Durant!
This motherfucker is cold. Then told their asses to go home. Told their asses go home.
Timeout, Suns! Kevin.
And I thought it was great to have that with this.
Most definitely, you know what I'm saying? A place that I didn't want to leave, and my first time being, to sound, I don't want to sound too dramatic, but I will, to be kicked out of a place, you know what I'm saying? And felt like that, you know, I've been scapegoated, you know what I'm saying, for the issues we had as a team last year. Yeah, it felt good to beat them and hit a game-winning shot. But that's all it is. It's not just for the moment, you know. It's something tomorrow I won't even think about, you know. So it was a fun game. Like I said,
hey, this man trying to aura farm tomorrow. It's not even something to think about. You know, I be hitting game winners all the time. Yo, you see him try to play it off? Like, no, he try to play it. I'm not even gonna be thinking about that. It was cool, whatever. Whatever, dog. KD called it in a cabin in Alaska with no heat in that motherfucker. Dead ass. And listen, I know I've even questioned Kevin Durant in that scenario, and I think it's really just because of how great Kevin Durant is. But in questioning Kevin Durant, I was also the same person that said, well, wait a second. Yeah, we can question Kevin Durant because he's great. Where's the questions to Devin Booker? Where's the expectation for Devin Booker with talent around him to make a leap into this MVP conversation? But no one ever answered that for me. But this guy is good as fuck. And I think it's real unfortunate that all they're really missing, in my opinion, is Fred VanVleet, which now they might have to make a trade that they might potentially regret getting rid of, because if you're Atlanta, you're asking for Amen Thompson. See, why you got to bring that back, Elijah? No. That's not what you said earlier. You said he could shoot over you anytime. Pause. Pause, first of all. But, man, this guy, Kevin Durant, good as fuck at basketball, man. This guy, I would love to see him get another chip. Do I think it'll happen? No, but I would love to see him get another ring. Hopefully for the Rockets, they don't make a trade that they're going to regret. I get that they need a point guard. Maybe they see Trae Young and say, we can envision what that is. But at the same time, Amen Thompson has real potential in the league. And if that guy can get any ounce of a jumper, it might be cooked. So, hey, man, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens because it's fun. It's fun to watch these guys. I think Sengun's out for like 2 weeks with a rolled ankle, right? But I'm really curious to see how these guys are going to look in the playoffs because I think without Fred VanVleet, I think OKC can do a really good job of trying to neutralize what these guys do offensively. I think Fred does a great job of not just moving the basketball, but hitting timely shots. Without him, there's just a big gap there, in my opinion. And the pause was crazy. It was kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. I just feel like that's the missing piece. And, you know, Trae Young would be really cool to see over there. But at the same time, I don't know, man. I just like watching these guys play. I love watching Kevin Durant play. You knew that was a bucket off rip. I was trying to play it off. Oh my God. Oh man. But that's gonna do it for me for today, man. We got a good hour 45 in today. Thank you guys so much. As always, you guys are incredible. Elijah, you're the GOAT. This was fun, man. This was a fun ass stream. This was live. Everybody was in here. Derpy was in here. RC was in here. Eli was in here. We had a newcomer in here earlier. Scorch Source was in here. Black Canadian, aka Darian, was in here. Bruce popped in. Everybody, man, if you have not done so already, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you really like the episode, if you like the channel. Thank you guys so much. Y'all could have been anywhere on the internet, but y'all were here with me, and I appreciate you for that. I will see y'all back here. What's tomorrow? Wednesday? I'll see y'all back here tomorrow, man. Y'all have a great rest of y'all night. Stay safe. Have fun. Peace.